Hey guys, so I just finished, well, it's not 100% finished, but more or less I just finished painting the Dragyri Soul Warden for my Dragyri starter box. So this is what he looks like so far. What do you guys think? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually cut back to when I first started building him a few hours back, and then show you guys how I built him and how I did the painting for him and the base. Hey everyone, Paul here from TabletopGamer.com, and in this video I'm going to be building out and painting the Dragyri Soul Warden that came with my Dragyri warband box. So basically the Soul Warden comes in 3 pieces. I'll just zoom in and show you guys. So this is the main piece. Has his main torso and his arms and legs. The second piece we have is basically his weapon. And the way that these pieces go together is something like this. So he basically holds it like so. So there's a, you basically have to glue here, and you put glue here and here, and then it basically fits together like that. Now, the challenge is if I glue these together first before painting, it makes it harder to get in behind. Like for example, if when I paint these parts here, it's harder to get in there with a brush when I have this weapon attached. Also, if we look at his head, which is the third piece, and if we attach that, you can see that the head piece, actually I'll just show you guys by itself. So if his head is like this, it's hard to get in behind the bottom part of the head here. It's not easy to get in there with the brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically paint him in pieces. So I'll paint this piece first, and the head separately, and his weapon separately. And once they're painted, then I'm going to actually assemble them and see kind of how they look. So I'm not sure if I'm going to paint the whole thing, all the pieces separately all the way through, but I want to at least get in here in this section. I want to paint this area out, because that area is what's what the head covers. Once you put the head on it, it covers up down here where his chest is, any details there. So I want to get in behind there, and also the weapon covers up the area as well. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to, because there's a little bit of, I can see there's a little bit of, I guess it's called resin release stuff on it. I'm going to wash this thing out with just some soap and water. I'm going to dry it off, and then I'm going to go and prime this model with a black primer. So I'm just going to pause the camera here, and I'm going to go wash it, dry it, and then I'm going to prime it and come back. All right, so I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Hey guys, I'm back. So I have primed the Soul Warden. So basically just painted the everything with black primer, as you can see. And I was just planning out my color scheme for him. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a few things that I want to point out here. So on his body, there's two, like on his cape, there's 2 parts to it here. There's like an inner cape that he has, and I think I'm going to paint that kind of a green color. And then he's got the outer cape that's out here, and that one I'm going to do blue. So on the back, this is all going to be blue, except for this part here. So this is kind of like his outer cape. Let's see if I can do this. There, a little bit easier to see. So this part, all this stuff here is his outer cape here. And then this part here is his like inner cloth or whatever he's like wearing. It's like wrapped around his waist here. So I just have to figure out which parts are kind of the inside and which part is the outside here. I'm gonna paint this more of a bluish tint. I kind of looked at some of the blue colors that I have. Here's a few of the blues that I've got to work with. There's this one too. I think I'm gonna go with this green color this is Citadel Foundation Orchid Shade. I think I'm gonna go with that green for the inner cloth, and with some of the lighter blues for the outside cloak, and then probably use like a blue wash like this, or an ink or something to kind of get the deeper colors on the recesses. So yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna play with it. For his skin, I found these are the 3 colors that I kind of see if I can get in on that. These are 3 of the different colors that I'm thinking of using. This is Calthan Brown, or Calthan Brown. What is this one? Here we have Two-Step Ochre, and this one is Bronzed Flesh. So these are the 3 I'm probably going to use for his for the actual skin, like his arms. Actually, I think he's, yeah, one of his arms anyways. I think this one he's wearing cloth, or maybe not. No, never mind. So both his arms will be that color, and this part here on the neck. So yeah, I'm just gonna start painting, and we'll see how he turns out. Hey guys, sorry about the angle on the camera angle while I'm painting this. I should have set up the tripod from a totally different angle so it'd be easier for you guys to see what I'm actually doing. I'll try doing that for future videos. So I've gotten it to this point. Let me see if I can zoom in here. This is what he looks like so far. So I've done 3 different types of blue here. I mainly started with, there's 2 main blues that I was using here. One is ice blue, and that is what I used right here. This is all ice blue. And then this cape here, I also did it with ice blue, and then I used this blue ink on top of it. So for the outside cape, this is kind of how it turned out. So this is ice blue with the ink applied to it. I think it looks okay. I wasn't too sure how it's going to look with the 2 inks, or the ice blue with the ink on top, but I don't know, I kind of like it. For the inner cape, for this one here and the inside here, I tried it green, I tried ice blue. I didn't really like any of them, so I actually ended up using Meridius blue from this is a P3 paint, or Formula P3 from Privateer Press. So this is Meridian blue. So I used that for this part here, kind of the inside cloth here, and then I'm using Cermin blue as a wash for pretty much all of this stuff, to kind of give it a little bit, fill in some of the darker spots, and to give it a little bit of a shine so it doesn't look dull. For the skin, I ended up going with Calthan brown, and the reason for that is I wanted to make him a little bit darker. I didn't want him to be a light colored for the skin. I want to make the skin a little bit darker. And then for the gold, I use this Tosept ochre as a base, and then shiny gold on top of that. So that's what I did for these trims here, and for his weapon right here, and for these little parts here. Once again, on the weapon here, I'm using this. I haven't finished this part yet, so I'm using this Meridius blue for the weapon part here, and I'm gonna kind of highlight it and dry brush it with the ice blue, maybe some white to kind of give it more of an icy look. I still have some work to do on these parts here. I'll do a wash on them, but I just wanted to pause for a minute to actually glue some of the parts together. So I want to glue the head in there. I have it pretty much at the point where I don't need to. This part here is pretty much done, so oops, sorry, I guess you guys can't see that. So this part here is pretty much done. Where is it? There. This part here is pretty much done, so I don't really need to be able to access that anymore. So I can put the head on. It'll give me a better idea of what it looks like. So I can put the head on and still be able to paint the rest of it. So there. So putting the head on, there's a couple things to look at here. One is, and I might need to zoom in even closer, but so if you, on this model, there's basically where the head is here, there's a hole there, and where the head is, there's a hole here as well, right here. So where the 2 pieces come together, there's basically going to be a hole there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of this putty, and I'm going to use this putty here. I'm trying this out. I haven't used this before. It's basically like green stuff, but a different brand. It's gray. Let's see. It's called JB Stick, and it's basically just an epoxy putty. It sets in about 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm just going to make a small little I'll mix a small little dab of it. It comes in a little bottle like this, and it's essentially the same stuff as green stuff, except you can pick it up at any hardware store. So I'm just gonna mix a small little batch of this, and I'm gonna use that to fill that little hole there. And it'll help to, I think it'll help to keep the head in place better. Okay, and that's all I really need. So this stuff works just like green stuff. You gotta work it in your fingers to kind of get it to mix together. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to try to figure out how much of this stuff I'm going to need to fill that, to fit into that hole right there. And for the head, I think it's about, I would guess I probably need about half of what I got here. Now, as you can see, even without glue, as soon as I put that putty there, the head is kind of stays together, and it fills the gap a little bit better in between the seams here. So this is what it looks like with the putty in there, and this is the head. So I'm gonna use some crazy glue now and glue that in place. Just like that. Perfect. And I think I can pretty much glue the weapon in place as well at the same time, because I can pretty much get in where I need to. So I'm just going to glue the weapon in at the same time, get everything glued up. And there we go. Oops. Perfect. So that is what he looks like so far. Hey guys, so the next thing I want to do is I want to see if I can make a base out of this cork. It's basically just a piece of cork I have. I have all these little pieces, and I found one that kind of fits this base like so. And I'm thinking to basically do that, paint it kind of an icy blue color, and then mount this guy on top like so. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm just going to prime this a blue color, and then glue it onto the base and see how I can attach the guy to it. So I'll be back in a bit. Hey guys, so this is basically what the Soul Warden looks like right now. I did, the blues I used for him were mainly this one here, Meridius Blue, Ice Blue, and where is it here? I am missing one of the blues. Oh, here we go. Ultramarines Blue and Enchanted Blue. So I kind of used a combination of all of those. And then for the back here, I also used this ink, blue ink. I'm not quite sure if I like this look. Not 100% sure on it, but it'll do for now. For the stand, so I showed you guys the cork I used. So basically I just glued it on and I painted it with painted it blue, and then I kind of just did a little bit of patching of lighter and lighter blues. And then what I did is I was originally going to cut off these the bottom tab here on his feet and just glue him to the cork. But then I realized that if I made like a slot, basically just cut that out, then what I can do is basically just actually I think it goes the other way. I can fit him in. I can basically push him in like that, and he's a lot more stable. So once I actually glue him in, he'll be a lot more stable than if it was just basically, you know, if he was just glued with his feet. So I think that tab will kind of keep him in place a lot better. So that's more or less what he looks like right now. I still want to add a few more details. This weapon I'm not too happy with it yet. It's not 100% there. The blue is too similar to the rest. I might maybe I'll paint some white on it or something, just to kind of make it stand out a bit more. A few more details here and there that I'm going to add on to him. But he's getting there. Pretty much, he's almost done. All right, so let me know what you guys think. Sorry I couldn't do a better job with the painting video, the actual angle on watching me paint. I still have to figure out exactly what's the best way to do that, and how to record the video, and then how to, I guess, you know, show you guys. Maybe I'm not sure if I'm gonna cut from one scene to another, or just have the camera recording the whole time and then just speed it up so you guys can see it in kind of a speeded up mode, or if I'll just kind of, you know, start him off and then cut the camera out and then show you guys when the guy's complete. Let me know what you guys think. What would you prefer? All right, so I'm going to finish gluing him to the base here in a couple minutes, and then I'm going to run out and start editing this video so I can get it up on YouTube for you guys to watch. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next video.